Jody, you may be able to roll
42.
You may be able to roll that into this one. Any chance of you doing another animated series, and any chance of you folks talking him into doing another animated series?
I would love to do more animated stuff. Things have gotten very close to getting made, but like the last thing I stepped away from because they were looking for a younger audience, and I wanted to do something a little older, and they wanted to change one of the main elements, and the main element is that the main character accidentally kills a lot of his partners. And kids apparently don't kill their partners, you know? But it's incredibly hard. It's you know, I would love to do more stuff, more animated stuff. It's just the factors need to be perfect for me to be comfortable with it.
I want something we can all watch together. The family watches Invaders, that's what I want.
You go ahead and try next question.
Well, I'll call you when I do it. I'll tell you when it's on.
Hi, thanks a lot for you guys being here today. I think I speak for everybody. We really appreciate you taking the time to do it.
Thanks for coming. We didn't know if we were going to show up or, car hijinks, we're going to annoy people.
Always next year, my question is actually for Joni and Chris. Obviously, Metalocalypse, fantastic show. Invaders in, too short-lived on Nickelodeon. Thanks, Nick. My question is,
So angry.
it was so brilliant, man. Like, come on.
I know. I'm not arguing with you.
Well, that kind of falls into my question. There's really a lot of publicity about Nickelodeon wanting to cancel the show. So where do you have to compromise creatively to do what you want? Whereas, what the next show wants you to put out and it kind of falls in that a lot. So I know they have a lot more creative than Nickelodeon.
I would love to do some of the shit they do.
Yeah.
In real life.
He's doing something for our book. We can make that into a card. Yeah, but Adult Swim's way different. But still, a network's a network. But what I would recommend is going out and making it. You got computers now, you can draw a picture and put it on the internet. And I gotta say, the latest couple of projects that used to be, you get projects coming in from, this guy used to write on The Simpsons. Now network executives are bringing projects to us that are like, this guy made a funny video on the internet, and now we're making a Fox pilot or an Adult Swim pilot or Spike TV pilot. Really, that's really the majority of the work that we're doing now. So just making it.
It's all fantastic, man. I'm going to get out of here quick. There's a lot of people that work that day. Thanks a lot.
We're running out of time, so we got time for only one more question. Unfortunately, guys, sorry about that.
Hi, this is actually a question for Mark. You said that designers or programmers used to write most of the story.
People, just game designers.
Yeah. How often do you still see that? Because I was at a studio where that still happened, where there was a dedicated designer.
It depends upon the game. Not every game actually needs to be written because they're more puzzle games or there are other types. Every game is different. So sometimes we're talking about story-driven games, and there are lots of games that aren't story-driven. They are driven by some other method. Though there are writers on things like Portal, and which doesn't seem as story-driven, it was very, very carefully written. So it really depends upon the game, the needs for that game, and what a writer could actually bring to it. What's being learned, though, is that if you're going to have a story with dialogue and an actual plot, you actually do need a writer because they can structure it. But we still work off the game designer's documents and stuff because the game always has to come first. The reason you play a game is to have fun playing it, and the writer has to make sure that you're enhancing the fun and making it interesting on another level that may want you to buy the sequel.
I think that games really kind of balance to the title video game, where I think there's going to be a whole subset of the whole genre, like heavy rain, interactive drama, etc., that will evolve over the next 20 years. But I think the industry is handed up by that. You play for fun. That's the first goal. The more gameplay, storytelling becomes fun gameplay, I think you'll see that comedian evolve.
But you need writers who know both.
Exactly.
You need good writers who are really strong with drama
story development. So, I supervise the development of all the movies that our company is doing, both that we have at studios and that we're putting together to take to studios. And with this game, I saw some videos online, and it was really cool. It had a great world, and I was like, God, I wonder what what they actually did as far as the story goes. What can we draw from a narrative capacity for the movie? And I said, send over what you guys have. And then 5 gigabytes later, I was going through about 4,000 pages of script, and it's amazing. They actually had dialogue written out for every character. They had their arcs. They had the mythology of the world going back 1,000 years. And I realized, I actually thought, well, yeah, movies, we're kind of like the kings of narrative. I mean, if you look at video games, I actually started as a video game critic, and I think you have both sides of this. You can have some games that are much more driven by the game side, but then on some of these more expansive games like role-playing games or MMOs, the amount of story that goes into it is just striking and impressive. And from a story standpoint, I was just taken aback and really impressed by it. So it's,
I think with the games industry, it's now better than any industry in the world building.
yeah.
I still think Hollywood is so industry around the mountains, but that'll change.
All attending. Well, thank you all. It's all the time that we have. I know. Hey, don't ask Jordan for any studies. He's going directly to it, so go there. We have a couple of things. You can swing by the Zenoscope booth, which is the t-shirts. 2037 will be selling the t-shirts back there. So the regular is 25. We got 15 for the black ones. And just go come down and also come down. There's a great panel for Comics on Comics who are great guys, great supporters of ours. Really funny, really sharp guys. It's later on today, room 9 from 7 to 8 p.m. Definitely check that out. Those guys rock. So thank you again. We'll see you next year. Yeah. Find us on Facebook.